Yes, in continuance of what I began of recent on possibilities or working in supernatural possibilities. The last time I spoke on your right to supernatural informations and wisdom. Now, there are a lot of teachings that goes around, especially when it comes to trying to defend who Jesus is or to expound more on Jesus is. People come up with very powerful analysis and all those stuff. But I am just taking a simple statement. Let us make man in our own image. And the word man or male is from the Hebrew word mala, which means a wholesome complete set or a complete set of beads. Something that is complete, which means basically that statement, let us make man in our own image, is simply meaning let us make a whole complete set of who God is in man. So the last time I shared, I spoke about the right to divine wisdom and information. And I'm going to be addressing information today. And I'm going to say this about information. Every problem can be solved. But before I go into that, I want to say this. Because your problem was not solved, does not mean it cannot be solved. We are a product of the decisions we choose to make. We are a product of the lifestyles we choose to follow. We are a product of the spiritual life we choose to partake in. So whatever we become tomorrow is a product of what we are deciding today, how we are praying today, how we packaged our spiritual belief system today, and our decision system today. For pride reasons, for whatever reasons, we choose to follow a particular pattern of lifestyle. Hear this. Everything we do in life has its own advantage and disadvantage. If you choose the one you have chosen, what you have chosen has advantage and disadvantage. The moment you face the disadvantage, don't condemn life. Don't make people your enemies. Don't destroy people. Don't call police. Don't even do anything. That is the disadvantage of your decision. I once shared some times back, I said even holiness has a disadvantage. Now you are holy, you can't drink the alcohol again. Now you want to walk in righteousness, you can't play as a man, you can't play with the girls you used to play with again. You can't touch the women by anyhow and again. As a lady, you are now a child of God, you can't just hug any man again. You can't peck any brother again. You can't dress as you like, as you feel wish again. You now have to be considerate, you now have to be careful, you now have to be watchful. That is the disadvantage. It is a kind of disadvantage. For example, you are a lady, for example, you choose to focus on your career and jobs and everything, and at 36, no husband is coming. It is a disadvantage. Okay, there is nothing wrong in pursuing career, but you pursue career, and the disadvantage of pursuing career is you might lose the appropriate time to have a family and get married. So when you say, is it compulsory to get married? Well, it is not compulsory to get married, but not getting married has its own disadvantage. Getting married has its own disadvantage. Yeah. A lot of ladies are not married, they are pursuing career and in their private places. When emotions set in, they begin to use vibrator and all kinds of artificial sex to help themselves. A lot of men have resorted to masturbation to defend themselves because they are pursuing career and trying to make money. Even pastors who claim preach against fornications and all those stuff. As soon as the sister leaves their office, they enter into their kitchen, into the toilet and help themselves. Information. Now, there is appropriate information and there is confusing informations. Now, God has ordained you for appropriate information. And how do you know an appropriate information is appropriate? When you look at the caliber of people that follows it. For example, you want to get married. Don't struggle yourself. How do I get married? Just go and look for people who have lasted long in marriage. What are the principles that have helped that mother, that man to last 60 years in marriage? What are the challenges they faced? How did they start? Copy it. Because there is an example to follow. How did they get to 70 years in marriage? How did they begin? Peradventure, you can't begin the way they began. You can't start the way they started. But at the point you are, you can possibly take a wisdom from them because they've done 70 years. Some of us have not even done 10 years or even 5 years. Some of us have not even had a successful relationship before, and we want to think that what we know might be right. But somebody have done 70 years and she says it is like this, and he says do it like this. Your right to divine information. You want to make money. There are people who have made money over a long time, and there is a standard they've used to be there. I will say, if I want to look at money, I don't look at pastors. I consider Bill Gates, because I've known him to be the richest since 89. Always coming between first and second since 1989, after Sultan of Brunei was richest man. Since then, Bill Gates has been there. He will come down small, he will come up again. Another person I want to study when it comes to finance is Mark Zuckerberg. How did that young boy, I said yesterday, I see him as the 5th richest guy. How did he get to that point? Now, that is somebody to listen to. There is proof. How did he get there at his age? Now, that is somebody to listen to. Your right to divine information. And sometimes when we say an information is divine, it doesn't mean it's coming from heaven directly to you yourself alone with miracles. No. Divine information can be an information that is proved, tested with valid, tangible result. Divine information can be an information that is proved, tested with valid, tangible result, mentorable result, global result. The question is the information you hold on your hand. Who are the leaders who celebrate it? The information you are holding on to, who are the authorities who celebrate it? The ideas you are carrying and promoting, who are the authorities who celebrate it? The investment you are talking about and spreading around, who are the authorities who celebrate it? Who celebrated it? What are the results of that information in your community? What are the benefits of that information for those around you? How many lives has been changed? How many lives has been transformed? How many lives has been liberated? How many lives have been uplifted by the information that you are carrying? Hear this. Any information that is all about making you feel proud and boosting your ego might not be divine, because God did not create us to boost our ego and feel important. God created us to be impactful. God created us to be resourceful. God created us to be a blessing to others. So the information that you have, has it been a blessing to somebody? And what does it mean to be a blessing? It means to be enviable, to be prosperous, to be fortunate. So the information that you have, is it making you enviable, fortunate, prosperous? Is it empowering you to do better? And those who are following you or looking at you, are they being transformed? Are they being lifted from where they are to another level? Are they being lifted? Any information that you package into your life to live a life that does not translate into the lifting, into the liberty of those watching you or learning from you, then you might be careful. It might make sense to uplift you, but it might rob you of other things. A lot of you have carried some information you felt was the best. Having tested it, it got to a point you didn't know the way forward. It made you sad, it made you desperate, it made you depressed, it made you frustrated, it made you unhappy. You start complaining. As a man, you complain, women are dangerous, women are unfaithful. As a sister, as a lady, you complain, men are not good. Peradventure, it is not the man. Peradventure, it is not the women. Peradventure, it is the information you are holding on to that is not appropriate. So as the image of God, you are entitled to appropriate information that pulls result. That is result oriented and that is validly available among trusted people. You want to have successful in finance, there are valid examples to follow in finance. You want to have a great marriage, there are valid, tangible examples to follow to arrange your marriage examples after their pattern. You want to have a great business, there are valid, tangible examples to follow in business. What is the thing you want to become in life? You are entitled to the information that has been laid down, peradventure, tested, proved. Tested and proved with productive result. You are free. Information that brings productive result might not be with you. Be humble enough to go and meet the person the thing is with. Be humble enough to go and contact the man, the woman, the boy, the girl that has the better information. Your information is your information. It doesn't mean it is not right. But the information you need to get validly and genuinely better might be with somebody else. Be humble enough to go and meet that person for a better information, for a better living. As a creator of, as a creation of God, made in the image of God, it is your entitlement to get information and get information. Hear my English. As the image of God, it is your entitlement to get information and get information, which means you get information and get it appropriately, well informed. Sometimes we spend time praying, asking God to bring it, and the information you need is just at your next door neighbor. Your success is just in the hand of your next door neighbor. Your success is just in the hand of a little boy somewhere. Your success is just in the hand of some small girl somewhere. Your success is just in opening a page somewhere and believing. So as of today, what is the challenge you are facing? Being made in the image of God, you are entitled to divine wisdom to liberate you from that challenge. What is the challenge you are facing? Financial challenge, there is wisdom for it. Marital challenge, there is wisdom for it. Emotional challenge, there is wisdom for it. Spiritual challenge, there is wisdom for it. But who are you listening to? Who is your advisor? Who is mentoring you? Who are you following? Have you tested the information? Have you researched the information? Have you checked the authorities who are practicing the information and the result they are having? Are those results appropriate results? That is what emulating that you can hand over to your children for a fruitful old age. For a fruitful old age. For a fruitful old age. For a fruitful future. Bible says, my thoughts towards you are of good, not of evil, to give you an expected end. To give you a desired end. So the information that you are holding onto, will it give you a desired end, or it's just going to give you an ego boosting benefit for today, but will rob you of tomorrow? Do like this. Look at your community. Look at the men around you. Look at the women around you. The information they celebrated 6 months ago, has it blessed them? As the image of God, every information must bless you. And it must bless those that are around you. As the image of God, every information you carry must bless you and bless those that are around you. What are the challenges you are facing? There is a wisdom somewhere. There is a book to read about it. There is a research to make about it. I understand. You might feel very bad, or you might feel passionate about something, but the question and the issue is this: have you researched appropriate information on that topic? As the image of God, you are entitled to appropriate information. Hear this. Bible said, let there be light, and there was light. Which means there is an insight God needed to see in order to be able to solve the problem. I want to speak to you today that every challenge you are facing, light is exposing it to you right now in the name of Jesus. Every light that you need to give you clearer understanding, every light that you need to give you better understanding, every light that you need to give you appropriate understanding of your challenge, to liberate you and to give you freedom for an all possible lifestyle, for an all prosperous and all blessed lifestyle.